I'm here to share some news with you. There's life in the old girl yet. I'm here to blow a fuse with you. There's life in the old girl yet. And everybody tells me I'm the youngest that I'll get. It's plain to see, don't you agree? There's life in the old girl yet.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever.
It's every child's first taste of the theatre, the magical world of pantomime. A world in which the improbable usually happens, on stage and off. In the business, they have a name for it. They call it Pantoland. February, and the end of the run for Cinderella with Rolf Harris and Gary Wilmot. Next year, the cast will reassemble in another town. Pantomimes are recyclable. But for now, the scenery and costumes will be packed away and sent into storage. By morning, the theatre will be empty.
Someday my prince will come. Someday I'll find my love, and how thrilling that moment will be.
In a warehouse in Lincoln, Cinderella's costumes will join 25,000 others, together with the sets and props for over 20 pantomimes. But for the producers, the end of one season is just the beginning of the next.
Can we sort of start in order of the show and see what we got for that?
Well, you tell me the order.
Okay, the order of the show is we're going straight in
to the palace.
to the palace.
Court scene.
Court scene. So the court scene, we have got...
Paul Elliott is the Sam Goldwyn of British pantomime. His company, E&B, which owns these stores, will be staging 18 shows this Christmas.
Are we talking chorus now and boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, he's come with Lionel Blair to choose costumes for a new production of Snow White. Lionel is to play the man in the mirror, daily.
This is me, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, that's you.
You see me?
You want some more sequins on it, do you?
Well, those...
I don't think there's enough on there, do you?
It's not really bright enough for me.
No, it's not spark. This isn't sparkly enough
No,
for
I'm
you.
sorry about this, I'm a
You
bit
see,
dull.
it's
a bit dull, though.
Dull, you see.
Stars like Lionel Blair play pantomime every year. So too does Danny LaRue. This year he expects to play Southampton, but Paul Elliott, as the producer, has other ideas. A champagne lunch and a little flattery may be needed to sell the attractions of Sheffield.
No, I want to ask you a favour. This is impresario grovelling. No, honestly, this year we did a survey in this particular place, and the two people that came out head and shoulders above anybody else were you and Les Dennis, and I'd like to go to Sheffield.
Sheffield. Well, I have to be honest, I didn't expect, you know how I wanted to go south,
Yes, I know.
because family.
Right.
I'll say now, you've got to do me a favour.
Yeah.
Please, God willing, the following year, try and get me nearer home.
Yeah, or Birmingham.
I love
Well,
Birmingham.
that's
That's home for me. I love, that's it.
He's not drop dead gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? You've got to go, that's the only thing.
You go for Cinderella?
Yeah. You?
No, not for a Cinderella, I'm for a prince.
It's only July, but already casting has begun for the roles of assorted princes, Snow Whites and Cinderellas. Paul Elliott is assisted in the auditions by Lionel Blair, director and star of this year's Southampton show.
Marion Collis used to be Peter
The
Charles.
chance was, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great.
Excellent. I don't think I need to hear any more.
That's fabulous.
That's
We're auditioning
great.
principally for the Prince, for Snow White. Because we found the other day a Snow White who is very, very young and quite small. It's one of her first jobs. So we're trying to find somebody who is sort of young, you know, and modern, you know, to be the Prince.
One of the gals was fat and pink and pretty, as round above as she was round below. I could swear that she was padded from her shoulder to her heel, but later in the second act when she begun to peel, she proved that everything she had
now I want to hear the other number.
Very early in the morning.
I know, it's horrible. It's awful.
Do you ride a horse?
I do indeed.
Well, this last chap was absolutely perfect. He was blonde, attractive. The girls will like him. He was young. He'll be perfect with the Snow White. The thing I like about using two unknowns for Snow White and the Prince, if it's somebody that you see on television, we were looking, for instance, Tiffany from EastEnders. Well, although she's playing Snow White, the kids will go, oh, look, it's Tiffany. With a new girl, they'll go, it's Snow White, and that's the Prince.
Oh, the ballad first?
Are you
Yeah.
doing the ballad first?
Yeah, it all sells
I always
better.
do the up-tempo.
Do you? Why is it?
Calms me down. Prefer up-tempo.
I tell you, friend, it's really something to hear. I can't sit still when there's that rhythm near me. Also, baby, let jazz hot. Maybe what's holding my soul.
We got Britt Ekland as the Wicked Queen. I mean, there's nobody really more beautiful than she. So when she says mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most beautiful of them all? I mean, and the mirror says Snow White. You've got to have a stunning-looking young girl that people go, oh, fair enough. If it's a bit ordinary, they go, oh, that's a stupid mirror.
Excellent. Terrific.
With the actors cast, next come the speciality acts. A summer Sunday in Blackpool. It's not been a sellout season for illusionist Russ Stevens, but his fortunes could be about to change. Paul Elliott and his team are here talent spotting for their new showpiece production at the Birmingham Hippodrome.
Two bits of the show are sort of to do with magic and illusions and everything, so I want to see what Russ can do in the act before I ask him what he can create that's sort of in line with what, you know, all of us want. That's why we've got director and designer and everybody here, just to see whether we can sort of match it into what we want. We always go and see everybody that plays a principal part, so we can see what they do within the sort of bounds of their act. So it's always best to see them live anyway, rather than see a video. You can't tell anything from a video, or from just talking. You've got to see them actually work.
Brilliant. Good, thank you very much.
Very good.
Cheers.
Thrilled.
Oh.
It's really a great new venture, this is.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
Hopefully it'll work, yeah.
Of course it'll work.
Yeah,
with
I'm
a
sure
map
it
going
will.
around like that.
Yeah, good.
Great. Okay, so you get yourself changed. See you back at the hotel.
No problem.
And we'll make magic together.
Okay, good. Thank
All right,
you very
Trudy,
much.
Thanks.
Okay,
See you later.
cheers. Bye-bye.
Birmingham always has to be the big one, mainly because it's the biggest pantomime that there is in this country. And the public there, and the whole theatre really, who were very involved in the show, expect that every year it's going to be a bit bigger, it's going to be a bit better, and it's going to have a bit more of what somebody described once as the gasp factor. And every time there's a gasp factor.
Right.
And this is our gasp factor.
Because I can do levitation at the beginning where I can either walk on or I could be sitting cross-legged and float right, as high as you want it to go. You could go right up. Oh. But there aren't any wires, so you haven't got any problem with trying to hide wires and cables.
What we really need is a curtain of liquid nitrogen that will have in effect.
Now that would be excellent. Yeah.
September, and over 300 dancers assemble for one of the open auditions. There's a job for only 1 in 6, appearing in pantomimes from Aberdeen to Woking. For the successful, it means the prospect of just 6 to 8 weeks' work.
far too many for very few jobs. I don't know, guess 200 or 300 girls, I don't know.
Half a market time. The worst there is.
Are you hopeful?
Well, yeah, you always think you're up there with in the running, but when it comes down to it, they know what they want before you've even danced.
This is not, listen, switch will go off. This is not to find out if you're a good ballet dancer. This is a quick way of seeing how tall you are, how small, how fat, how thin. I don't believe in standing people in a line and saying, you stay, you go, you stay. I think you all deserve the chance to at least show your personality. So because there's so many, it's going to be so hot down here, it's not fair to people that don't match in with either people who've got or what we want. And that way I can say straight away, thank you, would you stay? Thank you very much for coming. If it says thank you very much for coming, it means go. All right? It doesn't mean come back in a different coloured leotard. As we clock, we know that one.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
White
5, 6,
And one in the lace.
That's a lace. No, a bit jolly looking.
No.
You said that one in the black, the blonde behind the stripes.
Black crocs on. Yeah, that's the one you just said. That one at the back. Yeah, no.
She's a bit wild with her arms.
No, I think the tall girl here, that little one.
Yeah.
With the
Okay.
She's got lovely
The one,
split
not the one in
shitty.
black. She's a bit schooly.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. No, we're going to keep the one with the white crop top, the lace one, and the one with the lilac knickers.
Okay.
Okay? Right, okay. Hang on. The lady with the lilac knickers, the lady in the white, and the lady in the black lace. Yeah. Thank you very much, the other girls. Right. Okay, another 6.